Hello and welcome. Hey, what's going on today? What's shaking? How you feeling? Cool. I'm a minute late because I had to make my coffee, and I don't know if you can see it, but I have this beautiful foam. I made a little latte. How exciting! Little things like that just actually really make my morning when things turn out good. Hey, this is my dog, Callie. If you haven't met her yet. She loves to usually watch the yoga. I made her come in from her sitting outside so I could do this. But I'm sure 10 minutes in she'd be pawing at the door. And so she's going to just settle in. Are you going to find a spot? Good girl. So hey, welcome. I'm Janelle. If we haven't officially met, great to have you with me this morning as we do a little yoga. Sorry, I'm so dark. I got this beautiful natural sunlight pouring in here, and this is really the best spot for my mat to be set up. I was kind of looking if I could do it against a different wall, and I don't know, maybe at some point I'll play around and try to figure it out, but for now we'll make this work and it'll be fun. So welcome. Who do we got this morning? Oh my gosh, Emily. Good morning, Emily. Callie says hello and is looking forward to when we can visit again. So also, huge shout out to you, Emily, for getting some cleaning done at my regular studio. Thank you so much for doing that on Mother's Day out of all days. Way to go above and beyond, serving our community. All those little things. So let's get in, let's do a little yoga. Let's start off this morning. Yes, you ready? Cool. Any pose requests, puppy dog? How about you guys? Anything you really want to do? Let me know. Hey, good morning, Donna. Great to have you with me. A little sip of coffee time. Oh, that's so good. We're going to take another one. That's great. Turning out good. Beautiful. Well, yes, welcome to my at-home yoga class. Nice, bright and early in the morning here. Today is Happy Hips. So all of my classes I try to do gentle-ish in nature. My flows are a little bit more. My happy hips are pretty nice and gentle right in there. My yin-yangs are extra easy to layer on and stretch, get a bit of movement style of classes. So those are the options I've got going on. So for our happy hips today, we'll get some movement in, we'll get a bit of stretch in. But a lot of the movements are focused in on that whole pelvis area, hamstrings, glutes, quads, hips, low back, all that good stuff, because that's all really interconnected. And a lot of times if you're feeling issues in one area, because of our connective tissue, could actually be another area that's pulling, and that area that's sore is just responding to the pull or the pain in another place. So it's kind of neat to learn about the body. So we'll just hit it all and it'll be great. So today I would like to eventually start laying down. So if you want to lay down, have at her. I'm going to start seated as I kind of chat here for a little bit, and then we'll roll on down to our back. So find a position that you can start to get comfortable in, start to become aware of the body in. Whatever position you find yourself in, whether you're seated on the ground, seated on a stool, laying down, or even still standing. If you're just standing there and being like, oh, do I really want to do this class? Trying to get up the motivation, that's okay. Maybe we can just start by taking a nice giant breath. Nice big inhale, and a big exhale, let it all out. Feel how on that exhale you can roll your shoulders back and down. Create a little bit more space, lifting through the heart for another big breath. So let's breathe it in, and exhale, let it out. Excellent. Start to scan through the body. Notice how you're feeling. See if you can keep some of those big intentional breaths, inhales, big full exhales. And as you take a moment and look through and see how you're really feeling today, do you still have some of those good morning sleepy fuzziness to you? Or are you raring to go? Or do you got a little tension maybe from previous days? Just building that awareness, I think, is a great first step, especially to a yoga class. or can't wander around and correct. I don't know how your alignment's doing. So if you start to sense into your own alignment, then you can start to be like, oh, if I roll my shoulder open, oh, look, I can feel that a little more. I can start to create some of that openness, and oh, this feels really great if I do that. You can start to self-correct, which is really all the power is in you, in your hands, in your body. And so becoming aware of that little hidden treasure of power that you have. So connecting in, you've scanned through, don't forget to scan the toes, how are the feet doing, ankles, becoming really aware. And maybe if you're really brave, you start to get into more of that emotional side of the body. And how are you doing today? What attitude are you coming onto your mat for? Are you hoping that maybe a little yoga will fix it, or you can leave some of your stress behind? Starting the day exactly how you want to start the day. You are in control of all those emotions, not necessarily in control of the circumstances, but you can choose how to respond. If not necessarily saying it has to be good. If you need to take time to be upset or angry, those are really important emotions too. Like the little movie, you can't just ignore sad and grief. You need to take time to process it. So let's maybe think of an intention for our class. What purpose do we want to have for our time together? What brings you to your mat? What expression do you want to have today? If something came to mind, maybe take a little moment, repeat it, let it really sink in. And let's take a nice big inhale. A nice full exhale. And if you're in a seated position, let's roll on down onto our backs, just building some more awareness and length through the spine here. If you need a little pillow or something for your head, go ahead if you're not used to laying down completely. I'm going to keep a nice gentle bend to my knees so that low back can really start to press in. I'm going to just start out with a nice good morning stretch. So inhaling, bring the arms up overhead, reaching really tall. Oh, that feels great. Starting to just maybe have a little squeeze, a little tension, intentional tension through that upper back, mid back, all through the arms, and exhale, just soften, drop the arms. Beautiful. Let's take one more of those. Nice big inhale. If you've got those knees bent, maybe you want to try pointing through the toes, really opening up through that front body. And keep that beautiful reach. If you want more, you can add a little squeeze in through the shoulders, through the glutes, maybe even curling the toes, making fists. Really squeezing all those muscles. Keep squeezing and let's let it go. Big exhale. Soften, just melt in towards your mat. Outstanding. Let's hug that left knee in. Coming on. Maybe giving it a nice little hug, either holding on top or underneath the knee. Just starting to pull that knee up in towards the chest. If this is too much on that low back, we'll bring a bend to that outstretched leg, to that right leg. Wherever works best for you. But with it outstretched long, maybe you can even notice like the tops of the leg, those hip flexors right on the very top. Maybe they start to get a little stretch. If you want more from those, extend out through that heel and just kind of intentionally lengthen through that right side. And then bring your awareness back to that left side. Really pull that left knee in. If you want, you can take some little movement here, a little rock back and forth for that leg. Starting to work in that hip socket where that femoral head meets in. Starting to just warm up some of the tissues in there. I've switched over to more of a circular motion opposed to just a back and forth, looking for a little more stretch. Really going to accentuate a couple of nice just big circles here. So if you want to just embrace the stillness and hold the leg in, you absolutely can. If you want more of that restorative yin style practice, but if you're looking for some more movement, let's move that leg around. All right, I'm doing circles. I'm going to go the other way. Mixing it up. Oh, I'm just noticing I can't see a single cloud in the sky this morning. We're going to have a nice, beautiful sunny day. At least a nice sunny morning. I'll embrace it. Looks great. Excellent. All right, I'm tired of doing these circles. I want to embrace that stillness. So I'm just going to hug that knee in. Starting to feel some openness through those glutes, through some of those hip flexors, maybe even into that low back. Try to keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. Notice, are you holding tension in your face? Are your teeth touching? Are you squeezing your teeth together, clenching? How are those eyebrows? Can you relax them? I almost wish I could say, can you roll your eyebrows back and down? Sometimes they squish up and squeeze together. Let's take a nice big inhale here. Really see if you can still fill the lungs, even breathing in towards the belly here. Exhale, start to really release. Take one more of those nice big inhales. And on this exhale, see if you can pull the knee just gently in towards the chest, moving into the space of that exhale. Let it go. Excellent. I'm going to just take a couple little ankle rolls here through that left foot, just as we finish off the pose, making sure the lower leg gets a little activation too. I'm going to switch and go the other way. So good. So good. This is a great gentle warm-up stretch. Let's extend that leg nice and long and switch over towards the right, hugging that right knee in towards the body. Maybe just embracing a little stillness first. Maybe as you're holding that leg, you bring some awareness to that left leg, extending out through the heel, really activating into that leg, trying to make it as long as possible, like you're stomping it in towards the ground. And then you can bring that awareness back to that right side. Start to take a little movement. I always start with a gentle little rock back and forth just to really start. I find, especially first thing in the morning, if I start with those circles, I'm not quite ready. I'm not a wake up at like 6 a.m. and work out kind of person. I tried that for a long time. I didn't love it. I found that if I waited a couple more hours, I got so much more out of it. So transitioning to those nice circles now. Maybe even slightly let go of the leg to try to get some of those nice giant circles in. Connecting in. Notice where the tension's at. If you find one of those sweet spots, a little tender, a little extra sore, you can always kind of pulse it out or massage it there. Bringing it around. Excellent. So good. All right, I'm going the other direction now with my circles. So funny. My right side is my tighter side, and I get that, but it is so much tighter, especially in the morning here. Like bringing my knee over across the body, all I'm feeling is resistance. I'm really actually working pretty hard here to keep my knee making big circles. All right, let's embrace a little stillness here. Hug that knee in towards the chest. Try to relax those shoulders, maybe even extending along through the crown of the head, lengthening through the spine. You can even imagine a little resistance kicking out through that foot, finding length all the way through the top of the head, maybe even gently lift the head off as you extend it up. Kick out through that foot. Real cool. Relax, melt into the mat. Let's take a nice big inhale, fill the lungs, fill into the abdomen. Big belly breath, let it go. One more nice big inhale. And on this exhale, see if we can exhale and pull the leg into that space created as we exhale through the belly. Getting rid of all of that extra stale air that might be sitting around in the lungs. Oh, so good. Let's release. Send the legs long. Take one more good morning stretch, reaching those arms up overhead. Plant it down. Let's tuck the hands under the head, coming into those nice boss arms. Just trying to find some openness through those shoulders. Roll those shoulders back and down. And let's plant the feet in towards the mat. Knees go up towards the ceiling. Take a little moment, really tuck that tailbone under. Pressing that low back in towards the mat. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, engage through the core. Feeling nice and strong here. One more breath in. On that exhale, keep that engagement. Press into the feet. Let the pushing of the feet be what lifts your hips up. Excellent. If you've never done this with your arms a little bit higher, just kind of enjoy that little sensation over the shoulders. If you want a little more through the shoulders, press harder into the feet or really start to squeeze those glutes to lift the hips up even higher. So we're just activating into the legs here. If you want more through the glutes, press extra into the heels. See, my toes even came off ever so slightly, as if I'm trying to dig my feet in, as if I'm playing tug-of-war, and you got to get that extra grip. No one can move you, pushing so hard. Maybe hips come up even higher. If you want to play around with the quads, roll the way into the toes, and maybe even tiptoe the feet a little closer to the body, pressing into the toes extra. Feel that activation through the front line of the body. Let it feel real good. Excellent. You might be super high up on those shoulder blades. Keep embracing it. It can be good prep for shoulder stand. Breaking into some tissue there, just having that extra pressure. All right, let's roll the body down, rolling all the way. You can plant the feet whenever works best for you. Feeling that nice little massage over the spine. Beautiful, beautiful way to wake up. Let's hug both knees in towards the chest, rounding into a little ball. Maybe even your head comes up, squeezing in. And make your way up to a seated position. So whether you want to roll onto your side first or roll it up. Let it feel good for your spine. Let it feel good for you. Coming up, sitting nice and tall. Sneak a little sip of coffee. So cheers if you've got a little coffee. Or tea, or whatever you're rocking in the morning. I do also really love tea. I'm sitting today ankle on ankle, opposed to more of that traditional cross-legged, which is where I want to be. You're welcome to extend the leg long, wherever you need to be. You have permission to be. Roll those shoulders up by the ears, give it a big squeeze, push them towards the back of the room, and drop them down, breaking that movement down. Let's take one more of those. Take an inhale, squeeze those shoulders up by the ears. Let's see if you can just shift and slide the shoulders back, keeping them up, and then drop them down. That feels real good. Let's take a couple of breaths warm up through the arms. Inhale, reach it up nice and tall. Exhale, pull the hands through. Inhale, reach it up. Look up. If you want more, take that little back bend. Exhale, pull the hands through. Maybe take that little bow to counter. One more, reach it up. Let it feel good. Exhale, pull the hands down. Meeting at heart center, press into the hands. And take awareness of your elbows. And can you roll your shoulders down, but be strong through your elbows? So are your elbows just sitting down by the body? Or can you start to press in? Feel how when you bring your elbows in line with your wrists, you have a lot more strength and power. And you're more stable through the arms here. Really good. Whenever you can stack joints together, like wrists and elbows, or if you're in your plank position, wrists, elbows, and shoulders, you actually kind of really stabilize. It's really quite cool sensation that you can play around with. Really helpful for things like handstands, which I've been trying to work on, but I've got so far to go, man. It's so hard. All right, sitting here nice and strong. Let's engage that core. Pull that belly button in, almost like you're sucking your tummy in. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, nice and strong. Beautiful. Sweep those arms up and hold. Reach it up nice and tall. And tip over towards one side. Let's drop that bottom arm down, getting into a nice side stretch. Roll that top shoulder open. Making sure those shoulders aren't hunching up by the ears. Can you find that space? And like a little turtle, kind of explore your head a little bit more outwards. Reach, reach, reach. Beautiful. If you want, you can add a little pulse here. Now I've been loving the pulse, so I'm going to include it in. You can just really feel that one particular muscle. I don't know which muscle it is, but it's ginormous. It connects to the spine, to the hips. Get more of a stretch when I open up here. All right, let's go all the way up. Reaching up nice and tall. The moment engage through that core. Beautiful. Find that strength, nice and active, and tip over towards the opposite side. Drop that lower arm down. Nice big stretch. You can take that nice little pulse. Reaching, rolling, top shoulder open, maybe a little bit more. Maybe your gaze goes upwards and kind of naturally forces your arm back out of the way. So good. Excellent. Let's come all the way up. Reach it up. Pull the hands through down to heart. And let's take a nice little bow here. So maybe you just drop the head down. Maybe you start to connect elbows with the legs. Maybe plant your hands down. Maybe you walk your hands forward, coming to that full forward fold. A little opportunity to pet your little doggy. Excellent. If you want, you can drop that head down, give it a nice little shake. No. And start to really release that tension from the neck. Maybe even feel this into the low back. If you need to bring your hands back behind you and give that low back a nice little massage. A little moment for some self-love. Massage therapists are closed too, so we kind of got to figure that out for ourselves right now. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, maybe side out. Excellent. Nice big inhale. Take one more of those. Exhale, side out. Let's start to come up nice and slow, pressing into the hands. Letting those arms take the weight. And then let's switch the feet. Opposite foot on top or in front. If your legs are extended long, you can just stay where you're at. All right, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, extend long through the crown of the head. Imagine that little string just pulling you up a little more. Exhale, roll the shoulders back, drop them down. Let's inhale, sweep those arms up. Just take a couple more of these on this side. Exhale, pull the hands down. You can take them nice and big if you want to really exaggerate it. You're so welcome to. If you want to just use the arms, that's also an option. One more, sweep it up. Exhale, let it go. Pull hands down to heart center. Exhale, engage through that core. Second, that Uddiyana Bandha. Pull that belly button in. That's really all that means. Nice little lock that happens there. You can kind of feel it, a little strength when you kind of get it in the right spot. Let's take a nice little twist. So reaching hand towards opposite knee. Spin that opposite hand all the way around. Coming in like a second spine, maybe planting right behind you. Take an inhale, grow as tall as you can. And exhale, start to deepen that twist. Maybe you're pressing gently into the hands to rotate more through that spine. Or maybe you just turn your head looking over that back shoulder. However you want to deepen the twist, maybe you do a combo of both. Starting to release any tension through the spine. Maybe feel that through the low back. I just noticed I was like squeezing my hips together. And so I just kind of relaxed through my hips. Felt real good. As we hold this twist here for one more breath. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. And on this next exhale, let's start to release. Just gently twisting and coming back towards center. Let's bring those hands to heart center. Just position of gratitude. I'm extra grateful today. And reach for the opposite knee. Spin that hand out and around. Maybe it plants in behind you. Nice second spine. Take that big inhale as tall as possible. And exhale, deepen your twist. Or sneak in a little sip of coffee. I always forget to drink it during class. It was cold at the end. And I don't love microwave coffee. It's not the worst. Like, I'll do it. Excellent. Taking that one big breath here, breathing in, feeling that restriction on the abdomen, but still taking that big breath. Exhale, let it out. And release your twist. And coming back towards center. Beautiful. Let's reach those arms up. Nice and tall. Maybe you interlace the fingers, make a little fist. Maybe you come to steeple. Maybe you flip the wrist up. Wherever you can get that nice big stretch. Feeling that through the ribs, through the underarms. Really see if you can lengthen, reach up a little bit higher. Oh, so good. Exhale, pull the hands down through heart. And coming into our little bow or forward fold on this side. So working your way down, nice and slow. And coming to your depth. Dropping it down, letting it feel good. Maybe you feel that on the hip. Maybe you feel that on the low back. Wherever you are, just see if you can release the tension from your neck. Maybe give it that gentle shake. No. Beautiful. Beautiful. See if you can take a big inhale. Nice full exhale, let it all out, maybe side out. Beautiful. Holding here for 1 or 2 little more rounds of breath. Just kind of letting the stretch sink in. And then at the end of your next exhale, start to walk those hands back up. Sitting nice and tall and strong. And let's make our way into a tabletop position. Coming into your all fours, stacking those hands, those wrists, elbows, and shoulders, and stacking knees and hips, finding that position that feels good. And just a couple of cat-cow breaths. Inhale to look up, and drop that belly down. Exhale, tuck the chin and round through the spine, pushing it upward. These are my little addictions, so moving through with your own breath, letting it feel super good for your body. Working through that spine. Keeping some good mobility through all those vertebrae. Feels good. So good. I always get a little crack that I swear releases endorphins. Most excellent. Or some kind of feel-good hormone. All right, let's make our way back to this nice tabletop position and bring some awareness in towards the feet. Let's tuck those toes under, maybe even glance at the toes. Make sure that even the little baby toe included that little tuck. See if you can push extra into the feet. Bring some awareness into those toe pads, into the top of the foot. Excellent. And now let's start to push extra into the hands. Are your fingers nice and wide, giving you lots of room to stabilize? Or are you squeezing your fingers together? Try widening them open. Excellent. Press extra into the feet. Let's push so hard into hands and feet that maybe we can even start to hover the knees just an inch off the ground and playing around with it, using those shoulders to stabilize. Arms are nice and strong. Pull that core in. Beautiful. Keep holding here. Keep holding nice and strong. Lengthen through that crown of the head. See if you can remember to breathe. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale, nice and strong. Beautiful. 1 more of those. Keep squeezing those toes in. Keep breathing. And exhale, drop the knees down. You can take a gentle little sway. Release it. You can shake the hands out if those wrists are sore. I like the sway. It's my jam today. Excellent. Let's come back to that nice neutral position. And now let's untuck the toes. So shoelace side of the foot down. And pressing in towards the feet. Got some cool awareness on my right foot yesterday. But I'll show you in a standing posture. So this foot, especially in this position, is a little bit wiggly. It kind of likes to bend in and whatnot. Whereas my left foot I can have perfectly flat and press in towards the top of it. But if I do that on this side, I feel like all of the pressures are like on the top of my big toe, or my big toe connects in. I don't like. It hurts my ankle, so it kind of rolls in a little bit. All right, nice big inhale. Extend long through the crown of the head. Exhale, engage that core. Pull the belly button up and in. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale, press into the hands. Start to press into the tops of the feet. Feeling into them extra. Maybe you can press in so much that you can even lift the knees, even here. Great footwork. Nice and strong through the core. Excellent. Holding here. Press into those shoulders. Be nice and strong. Nice big inhale. And an exhale. Beautiful inhale. See if you can keep breathing. And exhale. Lower down with control. And release. You can shake it out. You can pat the tops of the feet on the mat if that feels better. Beautiful. Sometimes our hips and our glutes and our low back hurt. Sometimes our low back hurts because we have weak glutes. And sometimes our glutes hurt because we have a weak low back. This kind of works in all of them, but let's get all of those areas working together. So tuck those toes under. Make sure the little baby toe is included. You just gotta enjoy the party. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, engage the core. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press into hands, into toes. Lift those knees up off. So the toe tucked version is a little bit easier. Maybe you can even find you have a little more movement, press extra into those toes. Then even from here, let's see if we can lift one foot up. Drop it back down, next foot. Excellent. So we're gonna take a couple of these little marching steps. Notice as you switch, are you using your arms, your shoulders? Beautiful. If you want more from this, you can swing the foot up into more of that donkey kick, squeezing into the glute. Find that strength. Here's our core work for the day as well. Trying to stay nice and low. Excellent. Using that strength. Come on, a couple more. On either side. One more each side. And down. Excellent. Lower all the way down. Give those wrists a little shake. You can sway it out. Excellent. Feeling so good. Finding all that awareness. Let's bring the knees nice and wide. And push back. Take that nice child's pose. Reach those arms up. Drop that head down. Connect in with that breath. Big inhales. Nice full exhales. Little sip of coffee time. Maybe you're feeling your heart pumping a little bit. Beautiful. Remembering your intention. You said at the beginning of class. Beautiful. Oh, so good. All right, let's start to come up out of this. Pressing into those hands, coming back into almost that tabletop. Press into those hands, tuck those toes under, and come into a nice downward dog. Lifting those hips, pedaling it out, and getting a nice stretch. Excellent. Feeling good, really pressing extra into those hands, lengthening through the spine. Drop that head, give it a nice shake, no. Excellent, let's look towards the top of the mat. And take a nice big step into your forward fold. Dangling down. Let the body just hang heavy. Maybe you're feeling into those hamstrings. Give them a little squeeze, a little love, say hello. Hello, tight hamstrings. Welcome to the yoga party. Beautiful. Take a nice big inhale, come halfway up. Press those hands into the legs, roll those shoulders down, find the length here. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips. Sweep those arms up. Nice little chair pose, working on those glutes. Lift the toes, push the weight into the heels. Inhale, reach up a little taller. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Press all the way up to standing, reach it up. Nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Roll the shoulders back and down. Let's step those right toes back. Into a warrior two position. So they're coming nice and long towards, or pointing towards that long edge of the mat. Wiggle in, sorry. Just gotta add some more space here. Can you hear that squeaking? Bend through the front knee. Reach those arms out. Find your strength in your warrior. So pressing firm into the feet. Pull those inner thighs in. Engage the core. Find the lightness as if your arms were just floating here. Gaze goes forward. Looking over those left fingers. Imagine this right hip and spinning open, but not compromising this left knee, so keeping it over the foot. Just bringing that awareness into how you're pressing into that foot. Excellent. Let's tip it back for our reverse warrior. Nice little side stretch. Keep sinking into that front knee. Let it feel really good. Maybe the gaze goes up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Back to our warrior two. Let's get the stretch on the other side, little extended side angle. Reaching back arm up overhead. Keep finding that openness. Maybe the gaze goes up here too. Rolling right shoulder back. Beautiful. Let's come all the way up. Reach it out. Excellent. Let's bring this back arm. Start to swing it forward as you hop up onto those back toes. So transitioning this into our nice little high lunge or reach it up. Nice and tall, beautiful high lunge. If you want to make it a crescent lunge, we can add a little back bend. So sink into this, press those hips forward, press into those back toes. Maybe the gaze simply lifts up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can start dropping that head back. Maybe you start reaching back. Find your strength. Come all the way back up. Reach up. Beautiful. So good. Exhale, start to bow forward. Reach those hands back behind you. Excellent. So let's come off the mat. There we go. Extend long through the crown of head, strong in towards the feet. Beautiful. Let's inhale, sweep it up. Reach up. Nice and strong. Excellent. Nice. Nice little lunge position here. So tall through the arms, through the spine. Strong into the feet, feeling this into this right quad. And keep rolling left hip back. Beautiful. Exhale. Drop the hands down onto the hips. Just a little body awareness here. Excellent. Keep rolling left hip back, right hip forward. Beautiful little quad stretch. Maybe sink a little deeper. Maybe add a little length to the crown of the head. Excellent. And let's drop that back heel down, coming into more of a warrior one. Still have those hips pointing forward. Let's straighten through the front leg. Excellent. Keep rolling left hip back. Inhale. Sweep the arms up. Lift through the heart. Exhale. Start to reach forward. So I'm trying to reach out. I'm not just trying to reach downwards, but I'm finding that length. I'm getting that nice stretch on the hamstring. You can drop your hands down. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale. Stabilize. Keep pressing into those feet. Nice and strong. Beautiful little hamstring stretch here. Excellent. Let's bend through the front knee. Sweep those arms up. Back into that nice warrior one. Then step towards the top of the mat. Excellent. And let's inhale, reach it up nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach it up, take the back bend if you want it. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Stepping those left toes back and coming into that warrior two. So I'm just gonna switch the top of my mat to the other side so my back's not towards you. And adjusting into the feet, pressing nice and strong. Maybe adjusting the leggings. Beautiful. Nice bend to that front knee. There we go. My mat is at a slight angle now. It's throwing me off a bit. There we go. Got to sense into that body. Feel it. Maybe even close your eyes. Find that alignment. Reach those arms out. Maybe the gaze goes forward. Nice and strong. Press into the toes, into the heels, into the entirety of the foot. Balance that out. Pull up those inner thighs. Nice and strong. Pull those low ribs in. No ribs floating away today. Sink a little lower. Find the strength in the legs, and the sweetness, the weightlessness through the head and the arms. Just simply floating like helium balloons. Let's flip that front palm up. Coming into our reverse warrior. Let it feel really good. Nice side body opener. Sinking into that front knee. Maybe the gaze goes up. Remembering to smile. Remembering to breathe. Excellent. Come back to our warrior two. Let's come to the other side. Extended side angle. Drop elbow down towards knee. Reach it up. Beautiful. Let's come on back to that warrior two. Bring some awareness to that left hip. See if you can spin it open, but keep that right knee over top. Even if you bring your hand onto your hip and then onto your knee, just imagine that opening sensation, like you're opening a book, pressing the pages down, and then we'll reach it out. Oh, so good. Excellent. All right, let's bring that bottom hand, start to swing it down and up as we transition into our nice high lunge. Reach it up. Nice and tall, and sink into that right knee. Find that nice quad stretch on the body. Really lengthen. If those shoulders are tired, you can always come into boss arms. Interlacing the hands behind the head. Keep rolling right hip back. And pressing into the feet. Feel those back toes. Bring that awareness there. Excellent. Let's exhale. Bow it down. Reach those fingertips all the way back. Lengthen through the crown of the head. And feel that weight on the right leg. Feel that strength and power. Let's inhale. Sweep it up. Sink a little deeper. Holding here. Maybe when you bring your hands down onto your hips, roll right hip back. Push left hip forward. And becoming aware of that alignment in the body. Nice and soft through the shoulders. Excellent. And all right, let's lower that back heel down. Maybe even you heel toe it forward a little bit or hop it forward. And keep those hips pointing forward. Sweep those arms up. Nice warrior one. Roll that right hip back. Find that length. And then straighten through that front leg. Pressing it into the feet so you can get a little taller. Exhale. Start to reach forward. So we're bowing down, but we're trying to reach forward. Pressing into those feet. Feeling that hinge at the hips. Maybe even dropping the hands down. You can inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale. Maybe sink a little deeper. Keep rolling that right hip back. And keep those feet and those legs nice and active. Nice little hammy stretch. Excellent. So good. Beautiful. All right, let's bend through that front knee. And sweep those arms up. Feel nice and strong. And let's step towards the top of the mat. Reach those arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Drop the hands down. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. Take a little back bend if you want it. Come on back up. Hands to heart. So good. I'm just going to switch to my actual top of the mat. That's just where I'm at today. I'm not feeling adaptive. All right, reach it up nice and tall. Exhale, bow down into a forward fold. Hanging out here. Drop that head down. Let's heel toe the feet a little bit wider. Maybe to the edge of your mat. Maybe even off your mat slightly. You can reach down. You can bend through the knees, reaching down for the toes. You can come into your little gorilla if you want. Drop the head, let it hang heavy. The little pull or standing on the fingers just adds a little stretch into the shoulders, kind of anchors the body down as well. And if you don't like that at all, you can just reach behind the legs. You can get that same anchoring sensation. Not the same pull in the shoulders though. Beautiful. We often do our forward folds with our legs and feet in the exact same position. So just heel swing them a little wider. Adds a little variety. Lets it feel good. Beautiful. Let's inhale, halfway left. Roll those shoulders back and down. I still like to press into my legs to do so. I find that extra bit of length. Let's heel toe those feet back towards something more neutral. Excellent. Let's bend through the knees, sink those hips, sweep those arms up. Beautiful chair pose. Find that length. Exhale, sink it a little lower. Inhale, lengthen, reach those arms up. Exhale, sink, pull that belly button in, activating into that low back as if you're trying to push that low back, reversing that curve in the spine. Excellent. Inhale, press into those feet. All the way up, reach it up, oh so tall. Exhale, sink back into your chair pose. Beautiful. Feeling good. Maybe sink a little deeper. If you want, you can add a little toe stand in if you want to keep working with feet today. You can sink a little deeper. Maybe you're coming all the way down. Pressing into those toes. Hands can come down to heart center or out to help stabilize. Maybe come higher onto those toe pads at some point. You try to use a little more through your foot to stabilize. And if you can press into those toes, maybe you can even press up. You'll come up, you'll activate. So you're still working super hard here. Not just sitting down, we're just working, feeling that burn, feeling those quads, so strong. And exhale, soften and relax. Make your way down onto your mat. So if you want to just sit on back and roll on back, great option. Hug those knees in towards your chest. And take a little rock from side to side. Beautiful. So good. Massaging out that low back. Excellent. I think I forgot the ankle rolls on the right side when we were doing our half wind reliever. So if you need to add some movement into the feet, especially after those toe stands, give them a nice little shake. Let it feel good. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, hug those knees in a little extra. Maybe bring that head up, sealing it in. Nice little round ball. Exhale, plant the feet into the mat as you unroll. Roll those shoulders back and down. Maybe palms face upwards by the hips. Find all of that openness through the collarbone, through the front body. Take an inhale, breath lengthen. Exhale, engage. Inhale, lengthen and soften. And exhale, press into the feet. One more nice little bridge pose. We'll do a couple of these. So if you want to play around, you absolutely can. You can just hang out in this more of an easy bridge pose. We're not really forcefully pushing the hips up. You can even stack little fists underneath if you want a supported bridge, or if you've got a block, that would feel delightful. Other option is to really press into it, rolling onto those shoulder blades. If you want to work your way up to wheel, that's a great option too. Not really something I'm going to teach in my gentle classes as not online, because I feel like I'd like to be there to help correct and protect necks. And B, it's not the most gentle version of things, but if you want it, you can work towards it. So you can exhale and lower down. If you're in your restorative version or that supported version, you can just hang out there. But if you're in the more active version, you can take that little break. If you want to imagine going into your wheel, you can bring your hands up to your shoulders. Like if you've got it strong in your practice, you can go ahead. But if you've never pressed up into a wheel with just your hands by your shoulders, like my arms are not doing anything here. Taking that breath and pressing into my feet, feeling that roll into my shoulders. And maybe you can even just press your hands hard. And just kind of imagining what it would be like to come up either onto your head or press up into your wheel. I found that in my practice, I always did wheel with my hands by my hips. And so it felt so foreign to move my arms around, even to prep for my wheel when I was feeling strong enough to work on that in my own practice. That's why I teach moving the arms around so much. Even just taking those arms up overhead feels real good. Let's lower down. If you're ready for your wheel now, you're welcome to take it on this third one here. And setting the feet, just want a nice little bridge pose. Go ahead and take that. Pressing it, activating into those feet, and you're squeezing those glutes together. You're going for your wheel. Press into those arms nice and strong. You got this. I know Emily can do it, so if Emily is still following along, you're amazing, girl. Keep it up. Nice and strong, nice opener through that front body. Beautiful back bend as well, getting that full wheel. This is actually a great little restorative pose as the heart is technically above the head. As we push the hips up, whoop, heart comes up just enough for it to count as that. So it's real cool. That's why I'm throwing it in here. Nice little almost restorative version. So the legs are still working probably pretty hard. All right, let's lower it down. Come on down. If you haven't done so already, let it feel oh so good. Excellent. Let's counter that by hugging the knees in towards the chest. Push that low back hard into the floor, opposed to lifting it off. Excellent. Feeling good, feeling great. Let's throw in another little twist here. The clock's on the other side of the room, so we'll just assume I have enough time to add in a twist. Let's reach those arms out like a T. And drop the legs down towards your favorite side to start. Maybe you're rolling hard onto that hip, really accentuating that twist. Maybe you bring your hand on top of the knees and try to keep both those shoulder blades planted in towards the ground. Maybe you start to extend the legs, coming into that nice little L shape. Just gets a little more stretched through that IT band. Maybe you reach for top leg toes, coming into the bind. Oh, all this beautiful sunshine is just delightful. I'm gonna have to try to get outside for a little bit this morning here. If you want more through the neck, you can look towards the opposite side of the legs. See if you can inhale and still find length through the spine. Exhale, see if you can find some softness. Let's return that neck to neutral. Release the legs if you're holding on to them. Maybe even bring a bend back and float those legs up over the hips, getting ready to come in towards the other side, dropping the knees down, opposite to where they just were. Landing on your coffee mug. I'm not spilling it, so maybe I can just kick that out of the way. Excellent. That'll do. Maybe you roll a little extra onto that hip. Maybe you press that shoulder blade down a little harder, that opposite one. Accentuating that twist. Maybe the hand comes up on top of the knees. Maybe you extend the legs long. Maybe you reach for those top big toes. Try to straighten the leg. Whatever kind of twisty variations you want to add in here, go right ahead. Just let it feel really good on that spine, maybe through that hip. Maybe you're feeling that through that IT band. Or not. If you're not feeling it, that's okay too. You can just be grateful for either having that openness or not needing that extra bit in this exact moment. Not saying that you don't ever need it. Beautiful. Let's start to release. Return that head back towards neutral. Let go of the legs. Swing those knees up. Grab the curtain. Put it back. Reach on through the knees for that good old happy baby finisher. Pulling the knees in towards the chest as the feet go up towards the ceiling. And my doggy wakes up. Thanks, pupper. Taking some time to explore. I love the happy baby. It just really resets the spine. It presses the vertebrae into the neck. Keep that chin nice and tucked. And then take some time here to explore your practice. Here's a little freestyle opportunity for you. So if there's a pose you're working on or that you really wanted to do today, your body is craving, now is the time to play around with that. Start to embrace that. Yes, even if it's standing, you are allowed to get back up. After we do our twist and happy baby, you don't have to stay in a reclined position. So play around with it. If you're ready to settle into a little shavasana, go right ahead. Start to settle into your mat that way. Maybe picking your pose if you don't want that traditional corpse pose. I used to always love Shavasana. I thought it was so neat. You can connect in with that breath, focusing on those big inhales and exhales. Most of the times, especially when I was starting, I would absolutely fall asleep. But I thought that was so weird for a way to end not just a practice, but like an exercise class, is by a little nap at the end. Maybe that was just my inner child wanting that nap. But I found it super beneficial. That's where I really started to notice like calming of the mind, calming of the spirit, control over my thoughts. Because part of the practice isn't just to fall asleep. Although, like, if it happens, that's fine. A big part of the practice is to engage in a little bit of stillness and really to become comfortable with yourself. As I'm chatting here, I'm just going to roll up because I feel like I'm talking to the screen. And so, as you're settling into your Shavasana here, keep in mind that, that is a part of the practice, is to be aware of your thoughts. I like to think of them as big puffy clouds, a thought just kind of roaming in. It's vying for your attention, but can you just leave it be? You notice it, say, I see you. Acknowledging it is a big part of it, but then just let it float on by, not interacting with it, not trying to schedule it in or work through whatever it is. Just let it simply be. And take a nice big inhale and an exhale, and let that breath be your anchor. And so as you're settling in for your meditation and your Shavasana, come back to the breath. See if you can take 10, 15, or even 20 big full inhales. And if you want, you can come into even just that belly breathing. You can work with a little 3-part breath where you break the breath down into the upper, the mid, and then the lower, that belly breathing. And start to notice filling, I like to start from the top, so filling through the top of the lungs, filling that rib cage, feeling it expand, and then feeling into that abdomen, kind of really engaging that diaphragm, being super active. And then the exhale, the release of all that, letting it all go. And every moment can be like the breath. An inhale and an exhale. You can't just live on inhales. You can't just live on exhales. You can't just live in the positive. You need to acknowledge the negative. You can't just live in the negative. You do need to acknowledge the positive. And when you get a balance of both, you can have the sweetness in life. So that is my class, my offering for you guys today. I hope you guys just have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day or your evening if you're rewatching this. Thanks for joining in for my Happy Hips class. I hope you feel great. I pray that the rest of your day is filled with moments of joy and that you are always blessed. So thank you and namaste. Cool. You want to say goodbye? No, you're sleeping? Okay. Callie says goodbye.